Hey there, it's Lockie again. Today I wanted to talk about failure and being a total, complete embarrassment and a failure. Let's say, hypothetically, you had everything at your disposal to be a total success and make history, and then you were a total flop. And no, I'm not talking about me or any other person for that matter. I'm talking about Cyclone Alfred. Cyclone Alfred formed in the Pacific Ocean a few weeks ago, and he was a Category 4 storm. He was moving south down the Pacific Ocean, down the coastline of Australia, and for some reason the Bureau of Meteorology thought that he would make a sharp westward turn and hit southeast Queensland, Brisbane, the Sunshine Coast, the Gold Coast, etc. Basically the region where I live. And I, along with many other southeast Queenslanders, were kind of afraid of this news because there hasn't been a cyclone here for 5 decades. So, this was Alfred's chance to make history. He would be the first cyclone to hit the region for 5 decades. Those are pretty big shoes to fill. He was sitting a few hundred kilometers off the coast, and I think he was expected to hit around Wednesday some point as a Category 2 storm, or they were even saying potentially Category 3. A day or so later, they pushed back the landfall prediction to Thursday morning I believe it was, and then it became Thursday night, and then it became early Friday, and then it became Friday midday, and then Friday afternoon, and then Friday night, and then Saturday morning, and eventually they said he would make landfall in the middle of the day on Saturday, and that's what he did. But he was no longer a Category 2 storm, not even a Category 1. He was a tropical low. He didn't even make it to the coastline as a cyclone. I mean, this guy, everything was in his favor to make history, and then he threw it all away like a pathetic loser. So we didn't get any of the high cyclone winds that would have caused a lot of destruction around the region because our houses aren't made for those high sustained winds. We didn't get those winds. We only got the tropical low winds, which weren't that bad. They only knocked down a few branches and stuff. The islands, though, out further in the ocean in the Moreton Bay region didn't fare so well, and also lots of low-lying communities are still under the threat of flooding from the massive amounts of rain this cyclone, or ex-cyclone, has brought. But yeah, basically most people are pretty disappointed. I mean, we're all grateful that we didn't have to face a big tropical cyclone, especially not a Category 3. But yeah, it was hyped up by the media and stuff, and then it ended up pretty much fizzling out by the time it reached the mainland. So, Cyclone Zoe, 1972, 73, I think. Still the last cyclone to hit the mainland, southeast Queensland, 5-decade record. And hopefully that record goes on for many more decades, because I don't want to have to ever deal with a cyclone. Personally, if I was Cyclone Alfred, I would be very ashamed of myself, and I'm sure he is right now. I mean, he died, so he's not listening to this. Anyway, flip you, Cyclone Alfred. To any cyclones who may be watching this video, I think you should take this as a lesson. Don't try and hit Brisbane, because you will fail. Just go for North Queensland. They know how to deal with you. See you later, alligator.